Ladies and gentlemen, Just Sunstrider here, and it is time for another Xcom 2 campaign to start. But of course, before I do that, it's time that we start off with the setup video. Now, this playthrough I've actually been looking forward to more so than other new playthroughs, because as soon as I saw these mods on the workshop, it's like, I need these. But when they first showed up on the workshop, it was kind of concerning because there was issues with the Highlander, and although we still had a long way to go with overhaul, I wasn't sure if they were going to be fixed in time, and they have been long since fixed. I have done many test campaigns. I have 42 some odd separate save files for Raiders World testing. Right now, obviously that spanned across, I believe, 4 campaigns, but still. I really do enjoy this mod list. Now, a very talented modder by the name of Reality Machinima has decided to create a bunch of Raider factions and a couple of standalone mods that modify pre-existing sort of groups in the game or through other mods. And these Raider faction mods kind of elaborate from the already existing Lost, where it's kind of like an enemy that attacks both Advent and Xcom, and I'm not sure if this is too loud for you guys, so I'm gonna turn that down. It's just the Assassin combat music. You know, background noise as I blabble on about stuff. Anyway, like I just finished pasting this giant mod list together. Now, the reason I use Google Docs and I don't just make a collection is because I don't technically own the game on my own Steam account, so I can't make a collection when I don't own the game. Annoying, but whatever. Google Docs works just fine. Alright, so this is just my subscribed items. You can see them all here. I mean, you know, shh, we'll talk about that later. Alright, so the first Raider faction is the Phantoms, which is kind of pretty much Reapers gone bad. You know, they don't believe in the whole sneaky way of doing things, and they prefer a crazy, aggressive approach. Alright. So they're pretty much just ghosts, normal Reaper enemies, marksmen, snipers, hunters, boltcasters. These are your Phantoms. Next, we have the Marauders, which is pretty much skirmishers who have succumbed to their rage. And they consist of cleansers, ex-purifiers who actually have a normal shot with their weapons. I don't know how the fuck that works, but whatever. Guardians, who apparently have quote-unquote gotten swole enough to carry cannons. Like, no, I kid you not. Who have gotten swole enough to carry cannons. Really? Fucking really? And Marauders, which is pretty much typical skirmishers. Right, so those are Marauders. Now we have the Cult of whoever the fuck this person is. Anyway, it's pretty much a Templar gone bad who started her own cult, and it's not 100% Templars, but as you can see, there are fallen Templars here, and fanatics and necromancers and crazy shit. So those are your cultists. Then we have. And now we have the Bandits, who aren't really necessarily an original faction gone bad. It's just a bunch of people who don't give a fuck about the world and just want to run around salvaging shit. Right? Now they have Gunners with LMGs and apparently yellow hands. You got grunts with SMGs and riflemen with assault rifles. There you go. And of course, you probably saw this when I was scrolling through my subscribed items. We have rogue Xcom operatives who are pretty much just veterans of the original invasion who have managed to survive under the radar but are now coming out from under the radar, and they have big fucking giant stompy mechs. I personally do not have the Mech Troopers mod because I made this mod list prior to the Mech Troopers coming out, and I don't really like tampering with my mod list too much when I actually make it and test it because I know it works and I don't want to risk fucking it up. So maybe next campaign. Right, and apparently they get, you know, they have their normal support assault, heavy sniper, shiv, mech trooper, just like an enemy within. And rogue Xcom operatives, alright? Although, fun fact, they actually have a bias against targeting Xcom. So pretty much they don't like to shoot modern day Xcom. Right, so they won't shoot us if an advent pod is active. If no advent pod is active, then we'll just shut out of luck. Alright, so now we're moving on to out of the Raider factions and into already existing people. Renegade rulers. So pretty much when the rulers escaped from Helen's lab, Advent couldn't contain them, makes sense. And now they're roaming the world and doing ruler shit. Right? And sometimes when, let's say, the Berserker Queen shows up with like a gaggle of mutants, her posse will actually also be Renegade. So you don't have to worry about that, right? So any add-ons the rulers spawn in will be in service to the ruler. Right, so we can have literally Archons slapping each other if there are ruler Archons and normal Archons on the map. There you go. Also, because of the way this works, I'm not going to have the integrated DLC option on when I do eventually start Raiders World because I don't want the rulers to show up at a facility. Right? It's the Renegade. You might as well destroy the facility themselves if that's the case. So, those are your rulers. And for those of you who have watched my PC recording test, you guys would have seen a hint of rebellious Mogs. Now, the backstory for this, I'm guessing, is the Mogs discovered what the Elders are doing, and they don't like it that they're being used, so they backstab them. But just because they don't like the aliens anymore doesn't mean they're all buddy-buddy with Xcom. They will still attack Xcom, and unlike the mutant or unlike the rogue Xcom operatives, they don't fucking care who they shoot at. Be the lost Xcom or Advent, they'll shoot it. They don't care. Now, a couple things to note. Raider factions are sit rep based, right? So we won't always see them on a mission. And a criticism I have of these Raider faction mods is that they're weak as absolute hell. Like seriously, a basic Advent Trooper would be able to take out a squad of bandits or cultists or marauders or what have you. And apparently they don't get affected by beta strike, so rip that would have been cool. You know, give them a little bit more lifespan. But yeah, they're weak, small squad sizes, very small HP pools, like 1, 3, 4 health maximum. Like really, really bad, like worse than basic troopers. That's why I said a basic trooper could kill them. But the thing is that as long as Xcom stays concealed and we have both eyes on an Advent and a Raider faction, or a Mox or a Ruler squad, then they'll start duking it out and we'll just sit back in concealment, you know, like fucking sipping some iced tea or, you know, watching the show. Right, now obviously you don't want to do that every time because it get boring after a while. But say, like, I don't know, there's a Berserker and the Berserker Queen pod shows up. And there's like a bio group and then the Berserker Queen. It's like,
I wouldn't mind if they kill each other off as much as they can before we eventually have to,
you know, jump into things. And I have seen mock squads kick the aliens' ass before. Not all the time, obviously. It depends on the map and the situation at hand and what enemies there are. But mocks can actually hold their own given the right circumstances, so we might see that. And another problem I have with the Raider faction mods is that they don't seem to really show up in the mid-game. Like,
I don't know what's wrong, but a certain point of the game shows up and then they just stop spawning. It's like, why? I don't know. I don't know if the cinema fixed it or if we're going to have buggy Raider factions. But at least we'll have the mocks and the rulers.
But that's really all I got for this mod list. Well, I mean for the Raider factions at least. Because we also got a bunch of enemies rolling in. I'll just go over it because it's either, like, we have all the bio mods are coming back. Synthenoids are coming back. We have some Mass Effect and one Halo enemy coming in. You have the medics, the snipers, and the psyops, Siltids, Sector Detector, and Children of the King. Hopefully you all knows what those are by now. And for Xcom soldier classes, we have Infiltrator, Samurai, Necromancer, and Biotics. I really like Necromancer and Biotic. Samurai is okay. Infiltrator is okay. I mean, definitely don't hate any of them. But I also have a mod called Ballistic Shields right here, which allows Rangers, Specialists, and Infiltrators to use a shield instead of their secondary weapon. The Infiltrators are the only ones who really benefit from this, so we'll see what happens in the future. And then we have New Wield Melee, which allows Rangers and Samurais to have two swords or axes or whatever the hell else you have. So that's also going to be fun, because a dual-wielding samurai
can be incredibly overpowered.
I have witnessed it myself, but that is all I got for this mod list for you guys. That is going to be the Raiders World mod list, specifically influenced by these Raider factions and the Renegade mods. It's going to be great. They're going to attack both Xcom and Advent and each other if a Raider faction and a mock squad shows up. Although you can't have more than one Raider faction sit rep on a single mission. So you can't have like the Marauders and the Phantoms on a single mission. But you can have Advent, the Lost, Xcom, and mocks, and a Raider faction on a single mission. So that'd be fun if the dice rolls right. So that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys are excited for this next playthrough. Also, random side note, this is the Police 2 is also going to be starting soon. Just installed it today. Just got it today because I got Wow, no! I got paid today. Oh shit, but no, I got paid today. This is the Police. That will also be starting soon. It's going to take the place of Sunrider. No, it's not going to take the place of Sunrider is going on. It's going to take the place in kind of the cycle that Subnautica did. So, after Sunrider Massacre of Pork Chops and before XCOM. So it's going to go I think it's going to go XCOM, Battletech, PlanetSide, Sunrider, this is the Police, XCOM, so forth and so forth. So that's going to be that. And other than that, it's going to be done. So this is the music I used in the video. And I'll see you guys then.